And welcome back to Bushnell Prairie City High School. As you can see, the BPC High School Spartan Pep Band is on the screen. Of course, we don't own the rights to the music. They do. You might be able to hear some of it in the background as we get ready for the JoJo's Gaming Parlor pregame show, brought to you by JoJo's Gaming Parlor. They offer the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH Events, live on the big screens. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located 776 North Colt Street in Bushnell. Cheer the Spartans on to victory. So if you weren't turning in, the BPC JV squad got a 52-49, you might call hard-fought victory over the Rockets. They came from behind as many as 12 down in the second half to get the win. They were up by as many as 6, and actually they won by 3, and they were up by 6. And got a 3 by Jason Klitz of the Rockets at the buzzer to make it a 3-point game. So we're just about down to a minute to go here before the tip-off. So we'll have national anthem and then starting lineups for these two teams. Jake Croxton over on the PA system for BPC. They do not have anybody, it appears, to sing tonight, so it'll be a playing of the national anthem, which is by Jake Croxton's stuff over there. So we'll let you hear that, and then we'll have the starting lineups in just a couple minutes. Oh, the pep band's going to play. So the pep band with the national anthem. As we'll have the starting lineups now for both teams. We'll tell you what they are first. The Rushville-Industry Rockets. Christian Danner, going to be a 5'10 junior. Bronson Bartlett, a 5'10 junior. Dylan Schmidt, a senior. Adam Sipes, a senior, or junior, excuse me. James Corey, a senior, will be a starter. So it will be Christian Danner, Bronson Bartlett, Adam Sipes, Dylan Schmidt, and James Corey to start. Now we'll let you see what Jake Croxton has for the BPC starting lineup now.
And now the starting lineup for your Bristol Curry City Spartans. At guard, the 5'10 senior, number 20, Grant Paul. At guard, the 5'9 senior, number 23, Dalton Horwell. At forward, the 6'3 senior, number 34, Brian Bittner. At forward, 6'1 senior, number 35, Mackay West. And in the middle, a 6'1" senior, number 24, Sam Hensley. Tyler Snyder heads up the Spartan bench, assisted by Steve Martin. Tonight's officials are Bruce Fisher, Clint Stevens, and Jeff Lee.
So the starter's not really any different for BPC, is they are per normal. Grant Braun, number 20, number 23, Dalton Horwittle, number 24, Sam Hensley, number 34, Brian Bittner, and number 35, Mackay West. Those will be the starters. A 1-5 mark entering the game for the Rushville-Industry Rockets, a 0-6 mark for BPC. Both teams played in a 5-game tournament last week during the Thanksgiving week. Rushville-Industry at Beardstown, BPC here in their own. Bittner gets the tip, but it was taken by number 12, Bronson Bartlett, and he gets a layup just that quickly. The Spartans find themselves in a 2-0 hole here as we get underway in the varsity contest. Down to West. West is going to drive. Count it, and a foul for Mackay West. See who the foul is going to be on. The bucket is good. Foul's on number 25. James Corey, his first, team's first. Mackay West at the free throw line to finish the old-fashioned three-point play. He'll miss it, and rebound down there by Sipes. Kicked out of bounds by Bittner. Possession to the Rockets. And all 5 of them down there huddled up. Schmidt didn't want to go that far out. The referee kept saying, you got to come to me. Got to come to me. Schmidt now looking at 3, couldn't take it. There's Corey. Right side now to Danner. Danner dumps it out to Corey down low. It's blocked from behind by Mackay West, but he's going to get called for the foul. Mackay West will get his first foul. Both teams have 1 foul now. At the free throw line, shooting 2 will be Adam Sipes, the junior, for the Rockets. First free throw off the left side, no good. 7:16 to go here in the first quarter. Shelby Burgett from Rushville Times is going to come back and join us at halftime, maybe hang out in the second half. Mackay West with the rebound as Sipes missed them both. He hung out with us in the fresh soft JV game if you didn't listen to any of that, so we'll be happy to have him back for the second half and halftime of this one. Into the corner it goes to Braun. Up top to Bittner, 10-foot line. 7 minutes remaining. Braun's going to look at a 3. He'll take it. Left corner. It's off, no good. Horwittle tips it, and it's going to go off of Horwittle out of bounds. Possession to the Rockets. 6:53 remaining here in the first quarter. Schmidt with it. That's Dylan Schmidt. Now it's going to go to Christian Danner. Out top, Corey. No, it's not Corey. Excuse me, it is Corey. I had the right number. His shot's off, no good. Hensley with the rebound. Horwittle with it. Left side to Braun. 6:25 remaining into Hensley. Horwittle looks at the 3, doesn't take it, drives, dumps it down to Bittner, who is wide open, and he missed a gimme. He was so wide open he missed it. 6:15 to go, and he was right underneath the basket. He had to take a step out and then was wide open. And Horwittle's going to pick up the foul there. Team second. Horwittle's first. It'll be Schmidt to inbound again as they all huddle under the basket again. Have to say it's the first time I've ever seen a huddle before a play call, in basketball anyway. So it's going to be Danner with it on the drive. He loses it, but Corey's there to pick it up. His bank shot is good. James Corey gives his team a 2-point lead. The senior gets his first bucket. 5:45 remaining in the first quarter. Bittner looks at the 3, goes into Hensley. Hensley skips it out to Braun. Braun for 3 left side. It's off, no good. Rebound to Bartlett. He pushes it up the floor. He's blocked from behind, and then it's going to be kicked off of white ball. I was going to say it was pretty obvious to me that Bartlett kicked it, but Dalton Strode checking in, replacing number 20, Grant Braun. Spartans have the basketball. 5:30 remaining in the first quarter, trailing by 2. 4-2 is the score. So currently, at least, the Rockets have doubled up the Spartans. Bittner's going to try the three, and he'll nail it from the deep in the right corner. And BPC has their first lead of the contest. And a steal by West over to Bittner. He's going to go around. He could get charged. That should have probably been a charge, but they didn't call it. Take the points. As West got the steal and went back the other way, it's 7-4 BPC. Down low to Corey. His shot's partially blocked by Hensley. West gets the ball off the miss. Goes to Hensley, to Horwittle. Pull-up jumper to 12 feet. It's good. He gets his first 2. Hensley down to Corey. Corey has his shot blocked from behind on the putback by Horwittle. It'll be Rushville-Industry basketball. Schmidt to inbound. Corey with it. Bartlett to Danner. Down the corner, Schmidt for 3, left corner. It's short. Rebound to Horwittle. He rips it back away from Schmidt, who stuck an arm in there. 4:22 to go. Hensley was so open, he dropped the ball. West with it. He's going to drive. He's going to be fouled. No shot. A good call on the floor. He was fouled early. That's a good call. Foul's going to be on Danner. His first, team second. 9-4 is the score. BPC with the lead. 4:17 to go. This is not uncommon territory for BPC. They've led in all but one game, I think, maybe 2. Coach Schneider and I had a discussion about that. I'll have to go back and look at the point tapes. There's a bad entry pass. Danner is going to have it blocked from behind by Strode, who runs halfway up the bleachers. And now from behind, Danner is going to strip it away from Hensley. Now Schmidt's going to put up a shot. It's blocked from behind by Horwittle, out of bounds. And now Barker is going to check in as it, well, no, Alleman's going to check in. Barker's going to check in. See who sits down. Hensley sits down, and Horwittle. They got too many people on the floor, Coach. There's 6 people out here. Mackay West has to come out. Schmidt trying to get it in. He finally does get it into Corey as he's guarded by Alleman. Alleman is going to get called for a foul just that quickly, and Corey's going to be back at the free throw line. Alleman's going to get his first, team's third. We'll take a CB break and be back right after this word from MDH.
MDH has committed to having a top-notch OB-GYN unit.
The new facility, the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center, this is a quality facility that the patients need to match the quality of care.
And then we also have a new clinic, which is state-of-the-art.
And here at McDonough, we have a team. And everybody feels like they're a part of the successes that we have.
We have a strong team in our office and in labor and delivery. You will get the best care at McDonough District.
Welcome back to Bushland Prairie City High School. 3:59 to go in the first quarter. 9-4 is the score. BPC with the lead. Corey's going to be shooting 2 free throws. James Corey for the Rockets after Alleman fouled him coming to the basket. So it will be the third and fourth free throws of the game shot for the Rockets. They have not made one, as Adam Sipes missed 2 earlier. James Corey has been very active for the Rockets thus far, so Jerry Walter, thanks for tuning in, letting us know where you're watching from. We greatly appreciate you watching on the regular. If you're watching tonight from anywhere, whether it be the Rockets fans or the Spartans fans, let us know where you're watching from, who you're cheering for. First free throw by Corey is no good. Let us know what player you're watching in specific. If you have one, we'd love to hear from you. One more free throw coming for James Corey. He is a senior for the Rockets. Off, no good again, and Horwittle, who's back in the game, gets the rebound. Bittner dumps it over to Horwittle. Pull-up jumper from Horwittle, banks around and falls in. Down the corner it goes to Danner. Shot by Corey's no good. Picked up off the floor by Sipes. His shot's no good. And then he's going to get a foul on the follow. Adam Sipes, the junior, is going to pick up a foul, be his first, team's third. 11-4 the score, BPC with the lead. Horwittle, Bittner. Bittner has a 3 and a 2. Horwittle out to Bittner for 3. It's good. Give him 8 in the quarter, and it's a 14-4 game. Schmidt with it. Still on the dribble. Looks down low. That's Sipes with it. Bittner's going to be called for the foul. His first, team's fourth. Sam Hensley replacing Bittner. Ezra Mason checking in for Horwittle. That's Bartlett with it. Danner into the corner it goes to Schmidt. Back to Danner. He'll set the offense back up with 2:51 remaining in the first quarter. Down in the corner to Schmidt. Back up top Danner. Right side to Bartlett. Now as he goes on to dribble. His pass was tipped away. And timeout charge to BPC. It's a 30-second timeout. Their first timeout as Alleman got the steal. This game being brought to you by Hensley Grain and Rural Bushnell. Hensley Grain has a long family history of taking an active role in the Bushnell Prairie City School District and especially Spartan Athletics. Good luck, Spartans, in 2021, and enjoy this full winter athletic campaign. And Good Hope Gardens, located at 445 East Main Street in Good Hope. Open through April through October, so yes, they're closed right now, but they can meet all your fresh produce needs in season. Be sure to follow their Facebook page for updates. Grover and Mary Jo DeCounter and family invite you to Good Hope Gardens. Come see where it's grown. 1-2-2 zone press now. Barker, Strode. Ill-advised pass is way too lackadaisical. And no basket. It's on the floor. Foul's going to be charged to Strode. His first, team's fifth. 2:23 remaining. Braun checks in to replace Strode. Mackay West replacing Barker. Corey to Bartlett. Back to Corey, and Mackay West is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second, team sixth. I put the Rockets into bonus the rest of the way, and we're 2:18 to go in the first quarter. Not a lot of surprise. It's a history of a lot of fouls in this game. Kicked out of bounds by West. Possession to the Rockets. Corey. Bartlett drives on Alleman, and Alleman's going to pick up the foul. That's the second on Alleman. Bartlett going to be shooting a one in bonus now. Yes, it's still the first quarter. There's still 2:13 remaining in the first quarter, and the Rockets are shooting their first free throw in the bonus. Off, no good. Jump ball, possession to BPC. Still 14-4, but there was 3 fouls on that trip down the floor for BPC. And they now have the Rockets in the bonus. Oh, nice look down to Braun. Basket will not go, but he's going to be fouled by Sipes. his second, Tim's fourth. Braun's going to be shooting 2 free throws for BPC. Looking for his first 2 points of the game. First one's off, no good. 2:01 still remains. Once again, if you're joining us, the live chat is open here on our YouTube channel, Hewlett Public Pro LLC. Second one's off as well. There's not been a free throw made in this game, and the teams have shot 8. Braun after the steal by West. 148. Ezra Mason throws it away now as he threw it right at the feet of Makai West, and he couldn't do anything with it. 1:45 remaining in the first quarter. Schmidt will walk it up for the Rockets. Danner down to Corey. A travel by James Corey, and he did most definitely travel. Bittner replaces Mason now. 1-2-2 press again into Braun, over to Bittner, to West. Bittner now, 1-2-2 zone. Braun, West. Down to Hensley, skips it out to Bittner. He's going to drive. He was held momentarily, skips it out to West. West now is going to drive into Hensley. Bittner again left side. 1:04 remaining. Braun to Hensley to Horwittle. Pull-up jumper is off, no good. Schmidt with a long rebound. He takes it back the other way. Pull-up jumper is good. That's the first bucket in a long time for the Rockets. Schmidt's first 2. 40 seconds remain here in the first quarter. Braun will take another 3. That one's good. His third attempt is good, and the Spartans have their biggest lead of the game, 17-6. 3 on the way by Danner now is short. Rebound by Hensley, who pushes it up the other way. Now he's going to think better of it, falls back. 20 seconds remain here in quarter number 1. 17-6. Best quarter, I think, of the season for BPC. See if they can continue this through 3 more quarters. 10 seconds remain. West up top to Braun, to Horwittle, who throws it right at his feet, did Braun. Horwittle now, 3, 2. Horwittle's going to have to put up a long 3. It's not any good. Way left. And that's how the quarter will end here on TSSR Game Time Live. 17-6 is the score. Spartans with the lead. We'll take a break here and be back in just a couple minutes.
We're always moving. Scratch that. We're always moving forward. But forward can sometimes look a little backwards. Or like circles. Or like nothing at all. But we never stop. We never stop. Because life never stops. It's hard to stop a train.
I became a nurse practitioner because I wanted to do more, I wanted to learn more, actually have more hands-on individually with patients. The rewarding part for me is that I get to come to work and learn something new every single day.
Welcome back to Bushland Prairie City High School. Number 1 checking in, Deshaun Rudsell for the Rockets. Rockets are missing 3 starters. Bickerman, Spencer, and Crozier, Shelby Burgett is telling me. 3 on the way. And that rattles around and falls through for Rudisill. Rudisill gets the bucket. Sean Rudisill gets the bucket. Braun with it. 17-9 here in the second quarter. 3 on the way by Braun is off, no good. Bartlett, Rudisill, Schmidt. Bittner with the steal, poked it away from Schmidt. He's going to back it out, slow it down, set up the offense. Goes out to West. Right side to Horwittle. Right elbow to Hensley. And Rudisil, I think, is going to get the foul, either him or Bartlett. It is on Rudisil, his first. Team's fifth. Dalton Strode returning for BPC. He'll try to get it in. He does to West. It's tipped away. Now it's going to go off of, it should be white ball. 6:56 remaining in the first half. Into Hensley, to Horwittle, to Bittner for three. It's off, no good. And Corey's going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second. Team six. That'll put the Spartans in the bonus the rest of the way. Bittner at the free throw line to shoot three now for BPC as he got fouled on the three-point attempt. One is good. Second one, no good. Checking in is Bennett Freetag. He played a lot in the fresh soft game, obviously, if you watched that. Bittner, third one is good. Those are the first made 3 free throws. The two teams combined for 8 free throws in the first quarter and missed them all. Schmidt out to Danner for 3. In and out, no good. Rebound by Bennett Freetag, and he's going to be fouled on the putback attempt. Fouls on number 24. Sam Hensley, his first, team's 8th. Bennett Freetag, which I didn't even have on my list, but I knew him from the last game. I do have him on there, I guess. Sorry about that. He misses the first one. He was 12 of 13, folks, in the first game. Made the second. He is not the kid you want to put at the free throw line if you're BPC. West down to Strode, saved to Bittner. West into Hensley. Bittner. 6:15 remaining in the first half. Bittner, 6:10. Strode, 6:05. West to Hensley to Horwittle for 3. Off, no good. 19-10 is the score, and then Strode, I believe, is going to pick up a foul, and Bennett Freetag will be at the free throw line. Foul is on Strode. His second, team's 9th. Ezra Mason replacing Strode. Bennett Freetag shooting a 1 in bonus now. As I said, he was 12 of 13 in the first game. And he missed that one. Rebound on the floor, tracked down by Schmidt to Danner. Spins and everybody leaves him. He gets a good look at the basket, can't finish. It's going to go onto the feet of a bunch of people. And a timeout's going to be called by the Rockets. It's a 30-second timeout. Both teams will be down to 4 timeouts now. This game is being brought to you by Rosie's Pizza. Rosie's Pizza offers something for everyone with pasta, sandwiches, and, of course, pizza. Dine in or carry out at 458 East Main Street in Bushnell. They also deliver to Good Hope, Adair, and all points in between. For delivery, call 309-772-2101. And a Community News Brief. For all your local news, subscribe to Community News Brief Weekly Edition. Mailed directly to your home every Friday. As an option, you can also receive Monday and Wednesday editions by email. All this for only $42 per year, $38 per year if you're 65 or older. Single copies can be purchased at select locations in Bushnell, Colchester, Blandonsville, and Macomb. So Rushville-Industry basketball after the timeout. Dalton Strode, who's back in, gets the steal on a pass from Danner. Now he throws it right back away as Bartlett gets it. Now Bartlett throws it away, and it's going to stay with the Rockets. 5:30 remaining here in the first half. 19-10 is the score. Rudisil with the three. It's off, no good. Strode with the rebound. Horwittle walks it up for BPC. Bittner for three, left side. It's in and out, no good. Hensley has the rebound. He puts it on the floor. Pump fake, goes back to the rack, and it's good. Sam Hensley gets his first points of the night, and BPC gets on the scoreboard here with a bucket. Now Rudisil, another bucket. He didn't play in the first quarter, but he's got 5 points here in the second quarter as he came in at the start of the quarter. Bittner looks at the three, doesn't take it. West with it now, 4:45 remaining in the first half. Strode for three, and that's long. Rebound to Bittner. Bittner backs down Danner, out to West for three. It's in and out, no good. And Hensley's going to get the foul. That'll be Sam's second. And a double bonus coming for the Rockets. Schmidt will be shooting 2 free throws, Dylan Schmidt. Bennett Freitag has already missed more free throws in this game than he did in the last game, and he shot 13. The double bonus, first one is missed. Alleman and Barker replacing West and Hensley for BPC. 4:34 remaining in the first half. We'll have a CB break here in a couple minutes. Could be as short as 30 seconds or so, but we'll have to wait and see. Alleman with it across to Bittner. Skips it across to Strode. Now to Alleman. Bittner with it. Strode, 4:15 remaining. And Bittner, not sure what he was doing with that. Schmidt right to him, and Schmidt's going to miss the shot. Bittner gets the rebound back the other way. 21-12 is the score. The offense is pretty stagnant here, minus Rudisil for the Rockets in the second quarter. A runner is off, no good, as Schmidt and Horwittle got together, and Horwittle didn't get a good look at the basket. I think it was incidental contact. I don't think it was a bad no call or anything, but Horwittle, how is that? I was going to say, they didn't call it till about the third one on Horwittle. That's Horwittle's second. BPC's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. CB break, and we'll have a couple free throws when we come back from it. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
At Country Financial, we enjoy serving the community in which we live, big or small.
I love living in the Blandonsville area. It's where I grew up, went to school, and decided to raise my family. I never had a desire to live or work anywhere other than in a small town. I feel lucky to help my longtime friends and neighbors with their insurance needs. It's like working with family every day.
I'm Brett Powell, your local Country Financial representative, whose door is always open to work with you.
I chose physical therapy because I knew I wanted to be in the healthcare field. I wanted to be able to help patients in some way related to more in depth. We get to know our patients, and that's really what kind of sets us apart.
Welcome back to Bushnell Prairie City High School. BPC and the Rushville-Industry Rockets doing battle in boys varsity basketball action here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. 3:35 remaining in the first half. 21-12. Christian Danner is going to be shooting 2 free throws now. Everybody that shot free throws has missed at least one. And Bartlett missed one because he's only shot one. He missed the back end of a 3-point play. Danner misses the front end of a double bonus. The Spartans have put the Rockets in double bonus with 2 minutes and I think it was 18 seconds left in the first quarter. And they miss them both again. They were 0 for 5 in the first quarter. They are 1 for 7 in the second quarter. Bittner finally gets it across half court. Alleman, Bittner, 3:20 remaining. And Danner, I think, is going to pick up the foul. And finally, BPC is going to be at the free throw line. It is on Christian Danner, his second. Team 7th. Bittner will be shooting a 1 in bonus for the Spartans. Makes the first. He's got 3 points here in this quarter, all of them from the free throw line. Gives his team a 10-point lead again, 22-12. Second one is off, no good. Alleman had a hand on the rebound. And now it's going to be Barker and Bennett Freitag fighting over it. And a jump ball possession to BPC. 3:14 to go here in the first half, 22-12, BPC with the lead. Alleman to Mason to Strode. Bittner for three, left corner, it's good. Bittner hits another three. It's his third of the game. Boy, Rudisil going to call for a travel. He probably carried it first, in all honesty. This one is quickly picking up the scale of intensity as well, much like the Fresh Soft game did. It got pretty ugly before the end of it. 2:50 remaining in the first half. It's 25-12. And again, Strode just not taking very good care of the basketball. And Danner missed an easy shot, and then Strode's going to foul him. It's going to be 3 on Strode, I think. That's Strode's third. Danner's going to be shooting 2 more free throws. This was on a shot. He made that one. Braun replaces Strode. McGinnis checking in for Rushville-Industry. He played in the first game as well, but was not on our roster that we had. Second one's off, no good. Mason with the rebound for the Spartans. And Braun, who kind of caught it backpedaling and didn't put the ball down and tried to pick it up, is going to get called for the travel, and it's 25-13. James Corey checking back in for the Rockets. Bennett Freitag to take a seat. Bennett going to be a good ball player. He's only a freshman. Schmidt, right side to McGinnis. McGinnis looking down to Corey. Corey's shot's off, no good, tipped around. And it's going to be off of Corey, out of bounds to the Spartans. Mason to Bittner. 2:15 remaining in the first half. Skips it across to Braun. Now to Mason. Corey with the steal. Another lackadaisical pass, and that time a way too hard pass from Corey to Danner, and Danner couldn't hold on to it, and that one goes out of bounds. Might be more turnovers in this game right now than there are points, and it's 25-13, 38 points, and I would not be surprised if there's not more turnovers than that. They have been turning the ball over at a high clip. Mason's three is off, no good. Nobody blocked out Danner. A couple Spartans had good block out on it. And Corey laid his shoulder into Mason, and whether he hit him very hard or not, it sure looked like he did. And that's the third on Corey, and you can be upset, but man, you can't make it look that apparent. And that's what Corey did, whether he did or didn't do it. I mean, I don't think he actually hit him that hard, but Mason did a great job of selling it, and he did put a shoulder. He lowered it, and even if he was just trying to get a little contact for spacing, it looked like a foul, and that's what got him the foul, whether he actually did it or not. 1:35 remaining, and I'm not going back to that. I don't know that I would say he actually did hit him very hard, but Dalton Horwittle with the layup. It's off, no good. Ball is rebounded by Freitag again. It'll go back the other way, and that kid's going to be tired by the end of the night. Rudisil for three. It's off, no good. Rebound to Danner. Danner's fouled, and there's no foul call. Bittner just hammered him. Bittner hammered Danner, and now Bittner's going to turn it over. So a little bit of karma instant return for the Rockets there. As Bittner most definitely got Danner. There's so many arms flailing. These two teams are flailing so much that it's really hard to see everything. And that time it was a clean block from behind by Bittner. Now Horwittle breaks out. He's going to go to Braun. Braun's layup is good. Braun gets his 5th point of the game. There's been a lot of scoring in this second quarter. And now Rudisill is going to get called for the carry. I mentioned earlier it looked like he had carried it before he traveled. Checking back in is Bronson Bartlett replacing, Schmidt. Rudisill thought he was going out, but it was Schmidt instead. McGinnis playing the point just as he did in the fresh soft game on the 1-2-2. Bittner with it to Braun. Braun will drive, dump it to Horwittle. Nope, Mason was stolen away by Rudisill. McGinnis might have traveled before he started dribbling, but he pulls up with the jumper, and it's good. He'll get 2 points. Bittner with it. He's going to go to the layup. Count it, and a foul as Bittner stands up. Did a little behind the back, through the legs dribble, and the foul is on Freitag, his first. Corey checking back in. Bittner a chance to an old-fashioned three-point play here. Schmidt checking back in for McGinnis. Barker's checking in for Horwittle for BPC. 18.7 seconds left in the first half. Bittner's free throw is good. (30-15). 12 seconds, and it's bounced off Braun's leg, and Braun's going to go out and foul him if he ain't careful. You might have just been able to hear Coach Snyder scream why, and that's, you could see it coming. I mean, he probably fouled him twice before they blew the whistle. Braun's going to pick up his first foul, but Dylan Schmidt's going to be at the free throw line shooting the double bonus. He missed his first 2 attempts there. He made the second. McGinnis checking back in, replacing Bartlett. And then Sipes replacing Corey with 7.1 seconds left. Trying to make some subs to make sure they don't get a silly foul now for the Rockets. It's 30-16. Missed the second one. Out to Mason with 5 seconds. To Barker. Barker's going to try to put it up. He will, and count it. Barker got it to fall right at the buzzer. Braden Barker gets his first 2. And at the end of the first half, it's 32-16 here from Bushnell Prairie City High School. We'll take a break and be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation does more than just tape ankles.
They get us back on the court.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation
helps me reach peak performance
in the weight room.
Prepares me for competition.
My MDH physical therapists and the fitness programs MDH offers help me on my road to recovery and improve my quality of life.
Come see why MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation was voted best of the best in McDonough County.
We're always moving. Scratch that. We're always moving forward. But forward can sometimes look a little backwards. Or like circles. Or like nothing at all. But we never stop. We never stop because life never stops. It's hard to stop a train.
Some farmers I know swear by a name, say they'd never operate anything else. Well, here are a few names for my Fendt 900 Gen 6 series. Fuel Saver, Time Maximizer, Game Changer. I like those names.
I couldn't ask for a better agent, for a better company in a disaster where you have no idea where to start.
I learned that there's not a given in life. It takes a team. There's people that are going to watch out for us and they care.
It's been pretty stressful. Once we saw Lori and got our plan, it's
like a huge weight lifted.
MDH has committed to having a top-notch OB-GYN unit.
The new facility, the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center, this is a quality facility that the patients need to match the quality of care.
And then we also have a new clinic, which is state-of-the-art.
And here at McDonough, we have a team. And everybody feels like they're a part of the successes that we have.
We have a strong team in our office and in labor and delivery. You will get the best care at McDonough District.
Welcome back to Bushnell Prairie City High School. Pep band playing here at the halfway point. Shelby Burgett has joined us back again. I want to go through these stats. It's very Rushville-Industry BPC-esque, if you know what I'm talking about. So for BPC, 17, game high 17 in the first half for Brian Bittner. 5 points for Grant Braun, 4 points for Dalton Horwittle, 2 points for Sam Hensley, 2 points for Mackay West, and 2 points for Braden Barker. BPC was 0 of 3 in the first quarter from the free throw line. They finished 4 of 9 for the half. BPC had 2, 4, 6, 8, 11, 12, 13 fouls in the first half. So if that tells you where I was getting the Rushville-Industry BPC-esque kind of game. For the Rockets, 5 points for Deshaun Rudsill. Is it Rudisil?
Rudisil. Yep.
1 point for Christian Danner. He was 1 of 4 from Charity Stripe. 2 points for Bronson Bartlett. He was 0 of 1 from the Charity Stripe. He had 1 bucket. Adam Sipes didn't score, but he was 0 of 2 from the free throw line. Dylan Schmidt had 3 points. He was 1 of 4 from the Charity Stripe. James Corey has 2 points. He's 0 of 2 from the Charity Stripe. Bennett Freitag has 1 point. Now, he was 12 of 13, Shelby, in the first game. 1 of 3 here in the varsity game. Now, he has to be tired because he played a ton.
Well, I see he's got an ice bag over there. It looks like his left elbow, so.
And 2 points for McGinnis, who came in and played a little bit. I don't know who the girl is out on the floor. Must be one of BPC's students, apparently. So the 2, 4, 7, 8, 9 fouls in the first half for Rushville-Industry. So a total of 22. I guess that's not too horrible. But
I was sitting underneath the basket on the one side there, and it was
there could have been another 15.
Yeah, it was plenty. There was a whole lot of shaking going on down there, and it wasn't Jerry Lee Lewis talking either.
Danner got slapped both arms by Bittner, and they didn't call it. Now, there was some stuff down at the other end, too, but, I mean, it's just –
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt. Yeah,
There's just so much wailing and flopping and waving their arms. You can't – I mean, as an official, I think you almost lose track of what's a foul and what's not a foul.
You do.
I mean, there's so much – there's everybody's slapping and waving their arms and kicking their feet, and it's just – it's like total chaos down there.
Yeah, and the last foul before the half on Corey down there was –
You know what? Here,
I'll just put it this way. It was questionable.
You know what? I said the exact same thing, but here I said I don't think he really made that much contact. Mason sold it, and Corey made it look like he was going to hit him. He lowered his shoulder just enough, and I think he probably just touched him.
Yeah,
he wanted to get the feel to where he was at.
Yeah,
and
there wasn't much contact there.
But
so.
he made it look enough like it, and Mason sold it well enough that it got the charge call. I mean, that's right, wrong, or indifferent. You can't lower your shoulder like that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I mean,
You're right. Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
we saw it during the JV game.
Yeah.
I mean, where kids were trying to lower their shoulder, and rightfully they called charges. I mean, especially when your defenders got relatively good position. You can't just expect to drop the shoulder and expect to go up strong. You got to do some ball moves. You got to do head fakes. You got to do something else besides just lower the shoulder.
Well, the thing is you got to know. I think what Corey wanted to do. Corey knew he had size on Mason. I think he just wanted to make contact so he knew where Mason was. This is what I thought was when I watched it. He wanted to make contact so he knew where his turnaround and where his jump would be. You know what I'm saying? And where Mason was when he did it. And Mason was smart enough to understand that I can't block his shot. There's not a whole lot I can do. If he bumps me, my only hope is to draw a charge. And that's what he did, and it worked out in Mason's favor. But these games, when they get that chaotic, they're chaotic for everybody, including the officials. And, I mean, you just can't you can't blame the officials for missing things, because if they called everything, we'd be here till 2 in the morning.
Right, exactly.
These guys are fouling each other. It's like they say in football, you could call a holding on every play, right? And you could call a foul 4 times. I mean, BPC went from 5 fouls to shooting a bonus, or 4 fouls to shooting a bonus, and 1 trip down the floor with 2 minutes and 18 seconds. And here's the thing. What's it say that a team that went 3 of 16 from the free throw line stayed in the game a little bit thanks to free throws? I mean, they didn't score. They scored 7 points, in the quarter if it wasn't for the 3 free throws they made too. But the problem was they shot 11 of them.
Right, exactly. And I mean, that's simply a case there where, guys need to step up. When you have free throws, you got to make them. I mean, you can't, especially when you're missing arguably your best offensive player in Bickerman. You're missing your probably your top defender in Spencer, because he sticks in there and he's not afraid to draw charges. And then Crozier's another starter who, kind of handles the ball a little bit, creates a little offense for himself, and does some different things. So, playing without those 3, for the Rockets to, be down 16, I think the kids are playing hard. It's just, sometimes they just have, hard time, because Bickerman on offense, in my opinion, is the straw that stirs the drink. I mean, when they beat Hardham last Saturday, he had like 14 points in the opening quarter and scored like 29 in the game, 20 plus anyway. So when you take him out of the equation, and then when you take Spencer out of the equation, who's not afraid to draw charges, and Crozier, it makes it tough. But, I know Kyle and the kids, they're playing hard. They're not backing down. But, you can only do so much.
Yeah, and I mean, that's – in the COVID world, there's going to be a lot more of that, right? If you've got a sniffle or whatever, they expect you to stay home now. Whereas 3 years ago, if you had a sniffle, you were expected to play, right?
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, I never really checked with, to see, they just said they were sick. So it's like, I mean, they played Wednesday night, so at Augusta. So,
I mean, tons of stuff can happen, but it's Rushville-Industry basketball to open the second half. They trail by 16. Schmidt, jumper is off, no good. It's going to go off of Sipes, out of bounds. Possession to BPC.
And, I mean, Rushville had some good shots in the first half. I mean, inside the paint there, and you got to convert those too. I mean, they had some spin out. When you have opportunities to score, especially when you're shorthanded, you got to score every chance you can get. And that's why the free throws really hurt. And, you get inside the lane there.
Horwittle gets the bucket. Just like that, right?
Exactly.
Off of BPC, out of bounds on a pass intended for Corey. Yeah, you have to take – that's something I've never seen a team do, is the huddle on the inbounds plays.
Yeah, they did not do that at the start of the year. I think maybe they're –
Is it because they're missing some players?
I don't think so, because I believe they actually did that against Triopia on Tuesday night. So
Schmidt to Corey. To Bartlett. 6:56 remaining in the third quarter. An 18-point lead for BPC. Danner. If Danner would have just went looking for a shot, he'd have had a shot on the after he held up there. As the rebound finally goes to Danner, and he's going to be fouled. The way Braun came out of there, I'll say it's on Braun, but I've been horrible at this. Nope, it is on Braun. It'll be his second. BPC picks up their first one. You've seen a team that got in, put their opponent into bonus with over 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Allow the opponent to shoot 16 points, or 16 free throws, as the first one's good by Danner there. In the first half, and still be leading by 16. That doesn't happen very often.
very true, very true. But then again, you got to take advantage of those opportunities, and the Rockets really didn't in the first 16 minutes.
Well, they took advantage of those two. Hensley, and behind him he had Braun wide open. Now West is going to drive. Has it knocked away. Horwittle with it. Out to Bittner. And Bartlett inadvertently sticks a leg out and trips Bittner. Bartlett's first. Team's first. Bittner will inbound with 6:20 to go in the third quarter. Into Hensley. Hensley spin, put up the shots, off no good. Stipes with the rebound, and Danner will take it back the other way. BPC has led in every game except for against Macomb this season, including double-digit leads in 3 of those games, and has yet to win. Danner misses a shot. Bittner with the rebound. So this game is not over with yet if Rushville-Industry can figure out a way to get a run going. Horwittle to West for 3. Sliding out, no good. Schmidt with the rebound. He's going to push it back up the floor. And they're going to call a block on Horwittle. More free throws.
But that's what Coach Watson, that's something he's really tried to preach with these kids this year. Unlike the last couple of years where they had some big post guys, where you work it and get it into your post guys, they really don't have much size this year. So he's trying to focus on getting these guys to go to the basket, draw fouls, and get to the free throw line.
Ezra Mason replacing Dalton Horwittle. And I'll tell you what, if that's the third on Horwittle. Second one is good. No, I thought it was good. It's off no good. But Schmidt tracks it out of bounds and tries to get the timeout, but they won't give it to him. 34-19. If BPC continues to put the Rockets at the free throw line and they shoot to even this to close to a 50% for the game, BPC will be in trouble. Bittner from Hensley. You can't allow a team, even if you're up by 15 or 16, to shoot that many free throws. Hensley, little pump fake, shots up, off no good. Rebound to West. To Hensley, left elbow, jumper, off no good. Bittner with it, picks it up now. That's where the height issue comes in right there, isn't it? They had position, just couldn't hold on to the basketball. Bartlett almost picked up another one. And a 3 by Bittner. That's his 4th 3. Corey down low, he can't finish. And now Schmidt's going to pick up a foul. His first, team second. A little slower on the fouls here this quarter, at least for the two teams, but both fouls for BPC have resulted in the Rockets shooting free throws. 4:47 down to Braun. Oh, a nice pass to Hensley, out to Mason, to West, down the corner to Braun, back to Mason, into Hensley, out to Braun. Braun for 3, right corner. It's good. Grant Braun hits his second 3.
Obviously, three-point shooting is being big tonight for the Spartans. And, Rudiso had that one for the Rockets, but other than that, they really haven't much.
Oh, what a take by Schmidt. 4:07 to go in the third quarter. Schmidt with a steal of a pass by Braun, and Schmidt twisted an ankle. Oh, man, that looks bad. It might be Mason's going to get the layup. And a tough break for the senior from Rushville-Industry as he tried to pivot, Shelby. And he's going to hop up. Man, he went down in a heap, and it looked bad.
Yeah, Schmidt's one, he did not play in the spring season or whatever you want to call it. And I'm not sure he played as a sophomore either, but he's back out this year as a senior. And you know, for not having played, he's really done a good job.
John Shin joining us saying very good ball movement from BPC tonight. That is true. That last three especially resulted in great ball movement. Game being brought to you by MTC Communications. Having slow, unreliable internet just doesn't cut it in 2021. MTC Communications offers lightning fast, reliable fiber internet, video, phone service, and camera systems to the McDonough, Henderson, and Hancock County areas. Visit mtc.crowdfiber.com to check your availability. And thank you for voting the McDonough District Hospital Rehabilitation Center as best of the best in McDonough County. Let their experienced and dedicated sports medicine and rehabilitation staff show you why MDH has been voted best of the best in 2017, 2018, 2019, and 2020. 3 convenient locations to serve you, 2 in Macomb and 1 in Bushnell. 3:50 to go in the third quarter. The Rockets kind of there early in this quarter tried to make a little bit of a comeback. They started strong. They led early and then didn't score again in the first quarter till the very end. Same kind of feel here in this third quarter for them, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it just goes back to hitting shots and, you know, taking care of the basketball and the little things. And the Rockets have had some issues with turnovers in the early part of the season.
Danner's runner's off no good. Bartlett with the rebound. Mason's going to get the rebound. He's going to outlet it to Bittner. Bittner's going to spin, put up the shot. It's good. Sometimes when it's your night, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good move. I mean, you know, sometimes you just got to tip your hat and give the kid credit. And, I mean, you got to keep working, you know. It's a long season. You never know when you might be, you know, in this sort of situation again. So
Braun ties up Corey, and it's going to be a possession to BPC as BPC has expanded to a 23-point lead now. Strode in for Braun. If you're a Rushville-Industry fan watching this, you have to wonder what the other 3 starters would have done for this game. But BPC is Bittner for 3. It's off no good. He tried to draw the foul there, didn't get it. Now Mason. That probably should have been a charge. Yeah, that one probably should have been. Danner's going to pick up the foul. His third. Team's third. That's the kind when you go running through somebody, unless they're falling or moving, you're going to get that charge 9 times out of 10.
But I noticed on the other sideline over there, Coach Kyle Watson, you know, applauding the effort on that and the aggressiveness of taking it to the basket.
Strode to Barker. Basket is good. Corey to Rudisil. Bittner with the rebound behind the back, down to Alleman, who's in the game. Bittner again. Holy smokes, and that was an accident completely, but Bartlett, oh, come on. They're calling that intentional? That was not intentional. He just tripped, didn't he?
I have no comment.
I mean, yeah, he ran him over, but I don't think that he meant to do that at all. I would not have thought he meant to do that at all. And Bittner's going to miss the first of 2 free throws. I mean, seriously. The officials having a little communication here on this side with some of the Rushville-Industry fans as Bittner hits the second one. And Hensley checks back in for BPC.
In my mind, it could have been a lot worse.
Well, he tripped.
That's what I'm saying. If he really wanted to.
Whoa, Dalton Strode about ran the wrong direction. And now they're going to call Corey for the foul, and the fans just earned that foul over here because that's the official they were talking to. And that's 4 on Corey.
Corey's your all-conference fullback / linebacker. If that tells you what kind of a kid he is.
Timeout.
I mean, he ain't going to take.
He ain't going to take nothing.
No, he's not.
So it's a 2:24 to go in the first half of the second half. Third quarter here at BPC High School. Game being brought to you by Heil Enterprises and Heil Trucking. They can take your product down the road near or far and also offer top-notch heavy-duty truck and trailer repair. The second-generation business continues to grow and continues to support BPC Athletics. Stop by and see Danny or Travis on Route 41 south of Prairie City or call them at 309-775-3333. And M&B Furniture, Bushnell's only furniture store. M&B Furniture is a mainstay in the community and offers free delivery within 40 miles for everything you need to furnish your new home or replenish an old one. Stop by and see the fine folks at 481 West Main Street or find them on Facebook, Instagram, or on the web at mbfurnitureinc.com. You can also call them at 309-772-2111. 2:21 to go here in the third quarter, and it's 47-21. This one is getting away from the Rockets, and BPC is putting their most complete game together. It's a bad combination for Rushville-Industry, who's missing 3 starters. Alleman for 3. Carter Alleman gets his first bucket of the night. Danner down to Corey. Out to Bartlett. Stolen away by Mason. He's going to go. Left-handed layup's no good, but Danner's going to get the foul. That'll be the 6th on the. It's Danner's 4th as well. Mason's going to be shooting 2. First one's off, no good. So BPC now will be in the bonus the rest of the way with 1:59 to go in the third quarter. Roles have reversed a little bit here in the second half. And they have because BPC missed both free throws like that. Rushville now.
It's a lot easier to miss free throws and not worry about when you're up 29.
Yes, it is. Danner with the bucket.
You can be a little more forgiving about missing free throws.
Danner has 4 points here in the quarter. Hensley across to Strode, 1:35 remaining. Hensley skips it across to Mason. Alleman. Mason over to Strode. Rudsell right up in his mug. Alleman, Mason. And Rudsell cut that one off, knew right where it was going. He's going to get the layup to fall.
Russell's done a nice job tonight. He come off the bench there, started the second quarter, hit that 3, and has done a couple things trying to give the Rockets a little bit of a lift.
Barker from the baseline misses a shot. Danner with the rebound. Gets it out to Corey. Goes back the other way with 52 seconds left. Bartlett steps on the baseline. Possession to BBC. Had a good idea, just ran out of real estate. McGinnis is going to check in. Norton is going to check in from the first game as well. I'm going to have to get my fresh soft score sheet out so I can remember who everybody is because these guys weren't on their varsity roster, but when you're so short-staffed, so to speak, right?
Right. I mean, the only 2.
Strode's 3 is short. Rebound.
The only 2 JV players that normally dress are Triplet and Free Tag.
Alleman. Starting to get a little chippy again here. And a timeout charged to BPC. It is a 30-second timeout with 26.2 seconds left. We'll take a break and be back here on TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH right after this.
MDH has committed to having a top-notch OB-GYN unit.
The new facility, the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center, this is a quality facility that the patients need to match the quality of care.
And then we also have a new clinic, which is state-of-the-art.
And here at McDonough, we have a team. And everybody feels like they're a part of the successes that we have.
We have a strong team in our office and in labor and delivery. You will get the best care at McDonough District.
And welcome back to Bushland Prairie City High School. 26.2 seconds left. BPC took that 30-second timeout. Bittner has it on the inbound. Ball movement has been very good for BPC, especially here in the second half, because they're moving it through the zone very well. Some passes have been kind of lackadaisical, and they call Horwittle with the
just as you said that.
Jinxed him, didn't I?
You did.
Coach Snyder is about to lose his mind over there, up by 25, and just can't get him to. It's the little things, right? Even though you're up by 25, you want to keep doing those little things right. I mean,
oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, you know, especially when you've been off to a tough start, you know, you start doing some things right, you want to build on it.
Corey's going to get the bucket to fall at the end of the third quarter. Corey gets his fourth point. But this is a 23-point game, and yes, it's a big lead, but there's still 8 minutes of basketball left. And obviously the Rockets are probably due for some made free throws, right?
Well, I don't know about
ideally.
Well, if you'd like to believe things even out, you would like to think they'll make some, but one thing about these kids, you know, they don't quit. They play hard to, you know, they had some rough games down at Beardstown where, you know, they lost 30, 40 points to some very good teams, but yet they, you know, they fought hard for 32 minutes and kept battling. And I mean, you know, this experience tonight will do nothing but serve better for them in the future. I mean, especially for some of these kids that normally don't get a lot of varsity playing time. And even for the ones that do, maybe being in a little different roles than what they're usually accustomed to.
Rockets basketball to open the second or fourth quarter, excuse me. Corey's going to drive. His pass tipped by West and knocked away by West. Sipes comes up with it. He runs to the rack and gets the bucket to fall. Adam Sipes gets his first 2 points of the game. And it's a 21-point game. Bittner with it. He's got to take that up. He's got a 6 inches on everybody down there. A three on the way by Horwittle is good. Give Horwittle 9. Out to Rudsel. His three is good. He's got 10.
Yeah, he can provide some offensive firepower off the bench for sure.
Bittner's going to take the three. Can he respond? He will. 5 threes in the game for Brian Bittner.
Well, I think three-point shooting has been the big difference tonight. I mean, between that and the free throw shooting, you know, you don't have to be a brain scientist or a math surgeon to figure out that.
Rudsel throws up a shot, ill-advised. Dalton Horwittle to the other end in a transition basket. He'll get a 2-point basket to fall. Just when it looked like they might have a chance to close it up a little bit, it gets away from them again for the Rockets, and BPC is by far playing their best 4 quarters they've played all year. But Bartlett is going to hit a three. Rushville-Industry is going to take a full timeout. It's 58-35. This game being brought to you by Farmers and Merchant State Bank of Bushnell. For over 100 years, Farmers and Merchant State Bank of Bushnell has been serving the local community's needs for personal and business banking, as well as home and agricultural lending. Stop by the main branch at 484 East Main Street or their drive-up facility on Cole Street to learn more. F&M is a member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Also brought to you by Webb Family Farms. Webb Family Farms has been growing corn, soybeans, and Spartans for 5 generations. Nathan, Lisa, Jamie, Cyrus, Terry, and Linda wish all BPC athletes good luck this season. And the Bushnell Banking Center. Bushnell Banking Center, located at 360 South Green Street in Bushnell, offers full-service banking and loan services for all your banking needs. Come visit a bank of friendly service or call them at 309-772-2345. Good luck, Spartans. Bushnell Banking Center is an equal housing lender and a member FDIC. So BPC has pretty much dominated throughout. Rockets, you have to feel like BPC has played their best game of the season. There is zero doubts about that. But even as the roster stands for the Rockets, if they have made those 3 free throws in the first half, even 50%, this game would have been substantially different right now, I think. Would have felt different anyway at halftime, don't you believe?
That'd be closer. And, I mean, it's not just the free throws. I mean, you know, they had some inside looks, too, that didn't go. So
Braun misses the shot. Danner on the floor with it. And a jump ball is going to be called. Possession to BPC. The Rockets are down to 2 timeouts. Spartans have 3 remaining. Hensley. Bittner to Horwittle. Braun. West to Hensley. Braun's going to drive. Gets his own rebound momentarily. West gets it back. Pump fake. And he's going to be fouled. James Corey is going to foul out of the game. Team's 7th foul.
I'm not sure who Coach has left. I mean, Schmidt, well, looks like maybe he's getting up, but you wonder what kind of shape he's in after
hurting his ankle. Norton's over there on the bench. Freitag hasn't played, but they have a quarter rule. Do they still have a quarter rule?
I don't believe so.
Okay, so he'd be able to play then, because it used to be 6 quarters in a night. West free throws in and out.
But
no
good.
Good.
He was the one that had the ice pack on his.
That's right.
On his elbow. So who knows what?
That's right. I forgot about that. So Norton's over there on the bench still, and McGinnis. That might be about all he's got left. That is all he's got left.
And I mean, it's a long season. You know, you got.
Braun tracks it down and gets the layup. Gives him 10 points on the night. Schmidt, he looks like he's feeling okay. Out in the corner to Danner for 3. It's in and out, no good. Rudsell tracks it down, and Hensley's going to get called for a foul.
Spartan personal foul, number 24, Sam Hensley,
his third, team's third. Alleman replacing Hensley. Rudsell with it. Bartlett. 4:56 remaining, and apparently Schmidt was on the sideline. He looks okay when he's got the ball in his hand and playing, but when he's not, it looks like he's hurting a little bit, doesn't it?
I'm sure he probably is. I probably didn't feel very good. You know, no matter how much you twist an ankle, I think we've both been there. When you twist your ankle, it never feels very good.
And a runner by Bittner is good. Bittner going for 30. He's got 28 right now. And there's Danner with the basket. 62-37. Skips all the way across to Braun. And Braun went way up above his head. And a timeout, or should be, nope, we're not there yet. Mason and McGinnis check in. And Norton checks in as well. And he is going to take Schmidt out, and I would imagine that'll be the last time Schmidt plays, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, I would think so. We got too long of a season to worry about trying to push. young kids, especially if they're a little banged up, beat up, hurt.
Bartlett for three, top of the key. It's off, no good. Rebound by Danner. Danner has it knocked away from behind by Horwittle, out of bounds. Possession to Rushville-Industry. 4:03 remaining here in the basketball game. And I forgot to switch to the fourth quarter, folks. I apologize. And another turnover. Possession to BPC. And then Mason getting a little lackadaisical with his passing. And Bittner's going to pick up the foul. And that will be the CB timeout. We'll take a break as well. Be back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this.
I couldn't ask for a better agent, for a better company in a disaster where you have no idea where to start.
I learned that there's not a given in life. It takes a team. There's people that are going to watch out for us and they care.
It's been pretty stressful. Once we saw Lori and got our plan, it's
like a huge weight lifted.
Dry needling is where you insert a filiform needle into a muscle, a tendon, a ligament, sometimes a bone, and it promotes blood flow and circulation so that it heals that particular painful area.
Welcome back to Bushland Prairie City High School. Off air, Shelby and I talking about the mask, or the CB COVID breaks that I like to call them. Shelby mentioned that at other schools, places haven't been doing them as often. We've done them in every game we've had here, and at West Prairie for that matter. So Bartlett's jumper is short off the bottom of the rim. If Bittner can get two more, he'll have 30 tonight. Horwittle's going to drive, dump off to Barker. Barker to Alleman. Out to Mason for three. It's short. And Bittner was supposed to be back playing defense. He's going to allow McGinnis to get a layup. That's four for McGinnis.
I just love the way these Rushville kids are they just keep playing, you know. Regardless of the score, they're keep playing hard.
Bittner wanted the 30 with the three, didn't get it. And they're going to keep playing hard, and that time Bartlett missed it, but he gets his own rebound amongst three jerseys. There's three white jerseys and one purple. And the foul's going to be charged to Brian Bittner, his third, team fifth. And Bartlett's going to be shooting 2 free throws. Strode and West checking in. Horwittle and Bittner taking a seat. Looks like Bittner probably won't be back in, and that's unofficially 28 points for him. Not very often you see a Bushnell player score 30, and he had a chance to do it. Second one is no good either. 62-39. So you might have been right. My theory that they're due to make some might not have been correct, Shelby. They're still not 50% here in the second half either.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really too bad. I mean, they're playing hard, but I mean, you know, you can't just play hard. I mean, when you have opportunities to score, whether it's from the field or from the free throw line, you got to do it. And unfortunately, some nights it just doesn't happen.
You just don't have it, right? Inbounded in the backcourt to Mason. 2:27 to go. Strode, West, Alleman, West. That's a travel. No basket. That was a Euro step plus a couple, wasn't it?
I lost track after like 4. I don't know if it was 4 or not, but it looked rather peculiar. I'll put it that way.
It looked long, even if it wasn't, right? Missed free throw there. 2:05 to go. Alleman with it. Mason. Strode. He hasn't scored yet. He has now. He gets a 3. Mason with the rebound off the miss. And it goes off of the Rockets' out of bounds. Caden Palm checking in for BPC, replacing West. And that's the only player that hasn't played yet for BPC, and he's another one of the sophomores that played in the last game. Palm. I'm kind of surprised that BPC doesn't have Dalton Huffman dressing, to be honest with you. Palm looks down to Barker. Oh, there's a clear out. Barker missed his shot, got his rebound, missed it again. Bartlett with the rebound that time. Now Danner's going to drive, cut off by Strode, goes back up, foul by Strode, his fourth. Danner's going to shoot two free throws. He is the lone bright spot. Well, he's 3 for 6, so he's 50% on the night. That one is good.
And I'm going to sound crazy here, but in the 5 losses for the Rockets, they never scored more than 40 points. They don't have 3 starters tonight. They've got 41. So I think that's, I'll talk to Coach Watson about it, but I think that's definitely a positive. And, if they shoot a little better from the free throw line and, make some of those gimmies.
Barker missed his first just to pad his stats. He gets the putback. He's got a season-high 6 points. And a charge on Bartlett. His third, team 8th. But it is an offensive foul, player control foul. And then McGinnis is going to get called for a foul, and we're going to walk back the other way. I think I could have let that one go.
I was going to say, would I be a bad person if I say they need to swallow their whistle at this point?
Ezra Mason,
especially on a call like that.
Yeah, I think you could have let that one go. 52.4 seconds left. I understand you don't want to get chippy, but the subs are in now. It would have already gotten chippy by now, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I would think so.
He hits the first one, and BPC brings everybody back. Rushville-Industry brings McGinnis back just for good measure, and Mason makes them both.
Well, this is a big win for the Spartans regardless, who Rushville had, who they didn't have. I mean, you get a win, and, they don't – I think it was old coach Leslie Crane from Western back in the day, who they said they don't ask you how you win, they just ask you if you win.
I would agree, and that's it's kind of like you finish in third place in a race when there's only 3 people. You finish third place, you don't have to tell anybody that there was only 3 people, right?
Exactly. I mean, you finish, that's the main thing. And, I mean, when you start 0-6, anytime you can come out and get a win, I mean, obviously lots to work on, but obviously, I'm sure Coach has got to be happy, and you saw a lot of bright spots tonight.
Yeah, he did. He definitely did. It's good that they played it. I mean, it doesn't matter who you're playing against, if that makes any sense, whether it's their starters or not. The Spartans have had a history – has had a history this season of giving up leads against teams, and they could have done that tonight. They didn't have to play good the entire game. They got up. They could have laid back and done some bad things, and they didn't do it. So that's a plus, I would say, if you're the Spartans.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can't control, the team in front of you or who you're playing. All you can do is play your opponent who it is at the time. So, I mean, Russell shorthanded tonight, but, Bushel was like, they still got to play, and I thought they came out and did a good job.
I would agree with that completely. We'll be back with the JoJo's Gaming Parlor post-game show. JoJo's Gaming Parlor offers the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH Events live on the big screens. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located 776 North Cole Street in Bushnell. Cheer the Spartans on to victory. We'll take a break and be back on TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH right after this.
MDH has committed to having a top-notch OB-GYN unit.
The new facility, the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center, this is a quality facility that the patients need to match the quality of care.
And then we also have a new clinic, which is state-of-the-art.
And here at McDonough, we have a team. And everybody feels like they're a part of the successes that we have.
We have a strong team in our office and in labor and delivery. You will get the best care at McDonough District.
We're always moving. Scratch that. We're always moving forward. But forward can sometimes look a little backwards. Or like circles. Or like nothing at all. But we never stop. We never stop because life never stops. It's hard to stop a train.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation does more than just tape ankles.
They get us back on the court.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation
Helps me reach peak performance. In the weight room. Prepares me for competition.
My MDH physical therapists and the fitness programs MDH offers help me on my road to recovery and improve my quality of life.
Come see why MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation was voted best of the best in McDonough County.
Some farmers I know swear by a name. Say they'd never operate anything else. Well, here are a few names for my Fendt 900 Gen 6 series. Fuel Saver. Time Maximizer. Game Changer. I like those names.
I couldn't ask for a better agent, for a better company in a disaster where you have no idea where to start.
I learned that there's not a given in life. It takes a team. There's people that are going to watch out for us and they care.
It's been pretty stressful. Once we saw Lori and got our plan, it's
Like a huge weight lifted.
And welcome back to Bushland Prairie City High School. The Spartans pick up a 69-43 win over the Rushville-Industry Rockets, and Miles, not paying attention, didn't even know that Coach was here yet. It is a final, though, and I'll stand up here and talk with you, Coach. You've been saying the kids need to play a complete game. I know you weren't happy with everything that they did tonight, but they did at least play a complete game.
Yeah, and that's the first things I said in the locker room was we all bought in, from the guys that do the video to the guys that keep the stats to everybody on the floor. We all bought in tonight, and I told them that's how it should be, guys. That's how good you can be. And like I said, they all bought in, and there were some things that, I obviously wasn't happy about, but again, to come out with a win and play as well as we did, I have a lot of positives coming out of today.
You guys, let me see. You had 20 or 38 points at the end of the first half, and you were up by 32 points, I think it was actually. 32 to 16, wasn't it? And you put Rushville-Industry in a bonus with over 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. They shot 16 free throws. Most times that's not going to result in you having a 16-point lead, but they were 3 of 16 in the first half, and they finished 8 of 24 for the game from the free throw line.
Yeah, we got to do a better job of moving our feet on defense, and I thought we did a great job of help side defense. I know that was the key thing I talked about in practice the last couple days. We got to do a better job of help side. We had a decent practice yesterday with it, and it carried over a little bit to the game. But again, like I said, we got to move our feet and not reach so much.
Yeah, you guys shot the three a bunch. Bittner had 5 threes. I had him for 28 points. He had a really good game, but Mason hit a 3. Braun hit a couple threes. Seemed like everybody was shooting the ball pretty well tonight. Those kind of games are nice when they come together, but it's nice when you can now you've got that win. Now see what you can do the next game, right?
Right. I told them, we need to carry over from this win. We can't be satisfied with this. This is how our game should be. Brian played great for us tonight, and guys were feeding on the ball, and he was open because one of the guys in the locker room, I think it was Jalen Conley, mentioned, we really shared the ball tonight, and I gave him a fist bump, and I said, you're absolutely right. I told him in the locker room at halftime, I said, when we're making 4 or 5 passes or more, we got an open look.
Yeah, and that's actually, we had a couple comments on our live chat mentioned about how the ball movement was really good for you guys tonight. And against a 1-2-2, that's important, but it was over good. I mean, maybe even better than you expect. There's a few times where open threes came, and it was because of 3 or 4 or 5 passes, boom, 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 boom,
right.
And there wasn't anybody within 15 feet of the shooter.
Right, and against the zone, you want to pass the ball. You don't want to do so much dribbling because you want them to move and your guys to kind of be there in the openings, and you want to pass fake and make sure that the defense jumps to that pass fake so you can hit the open guy. And we did a great job of that tonight.
Well, you got a pretty good contest tonight. I think overall, the only thing I see is if my numbers are right, you were only 7 of 17 from the free throw line, so neither team shot real good free throws tonight.
Yeah, that's been an issue. I've been putting stats up on the board for everybody to see, and one of the knock on us, other than handling pressure, is we don't shoot free throws very well. And I think after the first 5 games, our stat was, as a team, I think 48% from the line. I'm like, we're not going to win too many ball games with that. 7 of 17
is what I had.
We got to do better than that. We got to be around at least 13, 12 to 13, if not even higher than that. But I can't be disappointed in how we played.
I kind of laughed. It's not funny if you're Rushville-Industry, and I don't mean to laugh at them, but even Bennett Freetag, who was 12 of 13 in the JV game for Rushville-Industry, came and was only 1 of 3 in a varsity game. So it was like there was a different feel in that varsity game.
Yeah, and the crowd was amazing tonight. I mean, both Rushville bought a great fan base, and our student section was going crazy the whole game, and our team just kind of thrived off that.
So some people pointed out that Rushville didn't have 3 of their starters tonight. We talked a little bit about that during the broadcast. Their leading scorer and their best defender is what I was told. But they played pretty well anyway. I mean, they pressured you hard. And a nice thing that I thought, and this is what I told Shelby Burgett was from the Rushville Times was here, and he was talking about who they were missing. I said, but the nice thing was for you guys is you still could have quit, or you still could have let up, or you still could have backed off, or you still could have whatever, like you have done in every game that you've led pretty much this year. Tonight, you didn't do that.
Right, and that's something that I'm proud of the boys of always pushing the ball and making that extra pass and hitting the wide open shot, because that's something again that we talk about every day in practice. You guys need to have your feet set when the ball comes to you. If you're open, let's hit it. And we did a great job. I mean, Rushville played. I thought they played really well. We just happened to get a lot more open looks than they did. I mean, they're going to be, if they're missing some guys, that they're going to be a tough team down the stretch.
Yeah, and they've played some pretty good competition. I know that I was talking to you guys before the game, and you knew they played some good competition. But you guys have played some pretty decent competition too. I mean, you were 0-6 coming into this game, but it wasn't like you lost to 6 slouches.
No, and that's like I was talking to Coach, before the game. We're down on the floor, whatever, talking about how, they play in that Beardstown Thanksgiving tournament, and there's really not a slouch in there. And just like ours is not a slouch. So I mean, we've both played 2 really good Thanksgiving tournaments, and leading up to tonight, tough ball clubs. So I mean, hands down to them to compete, especially if, with their down some starters tonight. The way that they competed, they didn't give up either. So
yeah, that's a definite. They have no quit in them, that's for sure. So here's the next question. Next week you're on the road.
That's right.
So what's that going to be? I mean, you guys are 7 games in and you haven't seen another gym yet.
I know. We don't know what a bus ride is, so so that'll be something new for us. But again, 5 seniors that should kind of set the tone for us at a road game. So hopefully we can carry it over on Tuesday when we travel to West Central.
Well, Coach, thanks for coming and talking to us. I'm going to go over some stats here in the JoJo's Gaming Parlor postgame show, but congratulations on a big win. Best thing for me, I mean, there's some things you can work on as there is in every win, but the best thing for me is they never let up and they never slowed down. which I feel like they did in every game until this point this season. So they finally put 4 quarters
Well,
together.
and another thing that I preach to every team that I've coached, whether it's baseball, football, basketball, even golf, it's you don't ride the wave, of emotion. You know, if we can't get way high, and then because if it's going to come, and that's I think what's happened our first
I would
6
agree,
games,
100%.
and then we hit the low because stuff's not going our way, and it's a low. I think tonight we were really good at making a shot and getting back on defense because they got the ball out and we're gone. So we couldn't celebrate. We couldn't do that. So they kind of, hands down to them, they forced us to be that way. So hopefully we play that way moving forward.
Did your kids watch the Fresh Soft game? Because the Fresh Soft team got beat down the floor a bunch tonight.
Yeah, they were there. They were sitting in the corner, and that's usually what I tell them. I'm like, guys, you got to watch the game before. I mean, you can pick up on so many things on the game before. If you are watching to study an opponent, and I think we did a great job of that tonight. I think like I said, we all bought in, and we all were prepared for the game tonight.
I saw Bittner one time later in the game. He already had his 28 points. I was kind of hoping he'd get his 30, but he's back behind the 10-foot line of the volleyball court on the offensive end of the floor. Wasn't even attacking the basket, and and then he ran in to try to get a rebound. And then it got pushed out, and he tried to beat everybody down. He tried to catch the kid to get a block because I was like, on air, I was like, he was supposed to be the safety valve or something, and he realized that he made that mistake. That 1 or 2 steps to try to get a rebound cost him a little bit, but he recognized it pretty quickly.
Yeah, and I mean, when he wants to run, and he will. And that's the thing I try to preach to the guys is we got to get back. We have to get back. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If the ball's up and we don't have a guy back, it's 2 points for the other team. And now we're down 2-0. So we did an okay job of that tonight. Again, Rushville, that was their offense. Let's get it out and let's run and let's go. Get it down the floor. So their posts, they did a great job getting 25 down to the block and feeding them the ball. And here comes our defender a little late. Luckily he missed. If he doesn't miss some of those layups that are right there, I mean, this is a completely different game.
Yeah, they didn't shoot real well. If they shoot 40% from the field and 50% from the free throw line, this is a completely different game probably.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And best of luck to them the rest of the year. And I think, when they get their starters back from, I'm not sure why they were out, but
I was just told an illness. That's all I know. So.
I hope they come back, and they'll be a tough team to play down the stretch when they get it all figured out.
Well, Coach, I'll let you get out of here. I'm sure you got better things to do than to talk to me. So.
Well, I got to get video uploaded and all that other stuff. Miles should be taking care of my camera right now, but he's not. So
yeah, he should have been taking your camera down for you. And
it's all right.
Unplugging your extension cord. Right, Miles? His extension cord, isn't that what he called it earlier?
Oh, Miles just gave me the evil look.
Yeah,
it's
Miles
right.
just gave
I guess I can take care of that tonight.
He gave us the evil eye.
But I appreciate everything you guys do tonight. I will say this. I don't know if Jimmy's still listening. He called me today. He wished me good luck and told us that we need to play a little better. And I said, we will. I'll tell him. And but we sent him a autographed picture of the team, and it got there today. And the big thing I tell Jimmy is when he shoots at his basket at his house, he's got a basketball hoop in his driveway, is the ball gets stuck. So his net's, just kind of stiff, so we sent him a new net, so now his ball won't get stuck, so he can practice his shot a little bit more. So I got a picture from his mom today that it came, so hopefully his ball doesn't get stuck in the net anymore. Jimmy, if you're listening, remember, every time that ball gets stuck, you better be running up and down that driveway working on your defense. So, but no, thanks again for everything you guys do. I appreciate it, and I'll let you get back to the stats.
Hey, it's not a problem. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
We'll
talk to you after another win down the road.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
Thanks. Coach Snyder talking to us for a couple minutes there on the post-game show. Post-game show brought to you by JoJo's Gaming Parlor. JoJo's Gaming Parlor offers the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH Events Live on the big screens. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cole Street, and cheer the Spartans on to victory. So unofficial stats tonight for BPC. 3 players in double figures, 28 points for Brian Bittner. He had 5 3-pointers, 1 in each quarter, as a matter of fact, and then 2 in the first. 11 points for Dalton Horwittle, 10 points for Grant Braun, 6 points for Braden Barker, 2 points for Makai West, 2 points for Sam Hensley, 3 points for Dalton Strode, 3 points for Carter Alleman, and 4 points for Ezra Mason. 2 players in double figures for Rushville-Industry. 11 points for a team high for Christian Danner. 10 points for Deshaun Rudisell. 6 points for Dylan Schmidt. 4 points for James Corey. 5 points for Bronson Bartlett. 2 points for Tanner Spencer. 4 points for McGinnis as he was in, and him and Norton played probably more than they would have ever expected with a couple of players out for Rushville-Industry. We do hope that Dylan Schmidt's ankle is okay. He did come back in and play after twisting it in the third quarter, but he went down in a heap. Looked like he was hurt. He did come back. Looked like he was favoring it some, but hopefully he is okay for the Rockets as they head the rest of the way. BPC travels on the road for the first time next week, so we won't have those road games for them next week, but we'll be back the next time they're at home. Thanks for joining us here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. 8 of 24 from the free throw line for Rushville-Industry, 7 of 17 for BPC. So not a great line stat from the free throw line for either team, but BPC gets a 69-43 win over the Rockets of Rushville-Industry. We will talk to you again very soon here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Have a great weekend.